time for weakness. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for Let's Talk Argyle, or Let's Talk Plymouth Argyle, shall we say? And a couple of updates. Don't worry, I know the colours are a bit off. In a couple of weeks' time, or in about 3 weeks' time, channel's going to get a massive revamp. Everything's going to look a little bit more different. Touch up a couple of the overlays. Everything's going to get a nice little bit of investment, shall we say. Plenty of new stuff. This show is going to get a real improvement, hopefully. A lot more involved. It's going to be a lot more involved. I'm trying to hunt down a couple of Argyle fans to sort of come on and do some work. But we are joined by Aaron, who is a Doncaster fan, who does listen or watch out for a lot of Argyle stuff. But how are you doing?
Well, it's been obviously a stressful day, having to go from speaking to Andrew Moon from BBC South on the Ben Close transfer yesterday to finding out that today that Reece James has joined Blackpool on a 3-year deal with an optional 12 months. So talking to Lee from Blackpool about that on his stream and doing a video myself. Then I get the news this afternoon that Kilo's walked away because he wanted more wage after having a shit season, and we said no again, like Halliday, so we're letting him walk. Hassani and Ravenhill still have new deals on the table, which is great. So just your average Doncaster day, just full of news. And we're expecting new signings by the end of this next 2 weeks as well, a lot of new players. So it's going to be a very busy couple of weeks, especially with the Euros at the same time.
Yeah, it's going to be same for me as well. DC saying, yo, are Plymouth a non-league team? No, we're not. We're Football League, League One. Chris saying, big up panel. Don't let players join your local rivals. Snakes, we don't normally have that issue. They normally sign for us from Exeter, not the other way around. Although Ruben Reid is the exception, but he was a bit shit towards the end of his career. But let's get straight into it. Up the Forest is from Mirage. I hear that. DC's like, oh. Yes, oh indeed. But let's start with Danny Mayer, the 30-year-old, made 49 appearances in all competitions last year, scoring 2 goals, which isn't great investment, but we'll hopefully have a better League One campaign with him. In victories over QPR and Lincoln City at home. He's a graduate from the Preston North End Academy. Joined in 2019. He said, I'm just really excited, really. We've got a young manager who is ambitious. I think the club is ambitious, and I'm really excited to continue to be a part of it. I have always been really keen to sign on again if the opportunity arose. And as soon as I had the blessing from my family, it was a no-brainer for me to keep playing my football at Argyle. Remember the key word there, Argyle, not Plymouth. Not any of this bullshit. He understands how to talk. Ryan Lowe has said, I'm obviously delighted Danny has signed a new deal with us. He's one of the most exciting players in the division. I've always had confidence he would sign on. He loves it at Argyle and his role at the club. Again, remember the keyword Argyle. To sign on for 2 more years, bringing him to a 4 at Argyle and 5 under my management shows his commitment to a project, and he is a bigger part of what we are achieving. But talk to me first about Danny Mayer, obviously, that new contract that he signed. I was like, why haven't they signed contracts? Obviously, they're from the north, so getting a bit of a blessing from the family and all of that stuff. But what do you make of Danny Mayer signing that new contract, and how much of how important is that to Argyle for next season?
I think this contract, in my opinion, was probably inevitable. I think that it was inevitable that Danny Mayer was going to sign a brand new contract with Plymouth. I think that he's part of that whole project they've got going down there. And I think that Danny Mayer's been an exciting talent for Plymouth. I think he's been a good player. So I think that it was inevitable that Plymouth keep this talent with them. And I think that it's a good signing. I think that it'll be part of this brilliant midfield for Plymouth next season. So nothing but positives for this one. And you could tell that he loves the club with the way he speaks about it.
Yeah, and I mean we'll get into Conor Grant now. I suppose the good thing is that everyone that we've offered contracts to have signed. So everyone that was offered a new contract, they've signed on that dotted line. They know Argyle are the best team in the world to play for. So they've signed on that dotted line, and they know what they want to do. And we started off with Joe Edwards, obviously captain. Then we had Ollie Tomlinson, Ryan Law signed new deals. Now Danny Mayer, and finally we've got Conor Grant, who's just signed. Aaron. Oh wow, Aaron. What? Okay, I'll explain to you after. I'll explain to you off. You've gone into our group chat as they've seen something to do with the World Euros, and I'll explain to you in a bit.
I'm confused.
Wales in a semi-final. You've made history. You are officially into the group chat. I don't know how you've done that, but
I didn't even know I was in the. I didn't even know I was in a group chat. To be honest,
you're not in the group chat. They've shared your tweet in it. I'll explain all in a bit. City Argyle DRFC Argyle plus something like that. But Conor Grant, fresh from his best season, cultured midfielder Conor Grant has signed a new 2-year extension at Home Park. 26-year-old Everton Academy graduate made 46 appearances in all competitions last season, contributing 11 assists in Sky Bet League One, ranking him 4th in the entire division. We love to see that. He's also netted some amazing goals for us as well. He had 1 goal a month in November for his strike at against Wimbledon, and free kicks against Swindon. And I mean, this man he's scored plenty. He has said, "I'm delighted to extend my time at Argyle. I've loved being part of the club and just want to keep progressing in the team. I'm very grateful to Gaffer and the staff for the belief they've shown in me. I want to repay that. I also want to thank the fans for their continued support. I can't wait to see them back at Home Park next season." Manager Ryan Lowe: "We're very pleased Conor has signed on with us for another 2 years. He's had an outstanding season last year. It is only right that we reward him with the chance to keep progressing with us." Talk to me about Conor Grant. How important is it that Plymouth Argyle have now signed Conor Grant? Both to 2-year deals as well.
Yeah, again, like Danny Mayer, very, very crucial to the midfield. I was looking to the right, by the way, just because I was seeing notifications that Northampton and MK Dons are about to announce new signings. Again, Conor Grant, I think that's another great midfield signing for Plymouth. It's great to keep him on at the club. I think that overall, they're both crucial for that midfield, sort of the assurity of the midfield, the dynamics of that midfield. So I think it was crucial. Again, it was inevitable that Conor Grant was going to sign a new contract, to be perfectly honest, with Plymouth, like Danny Mayer. But I'm just glad that Plymouth have got that done now, and they can sort of, rest fans' fears at rest. Finally he can just move on and try and start adding more players to the squad now.
I hear that. Wolf saying, "I'm a Plymouth Argyle fan. Let's go, boys. Love to see it. But I suppose with the new contracts, really positive news coming out of Home Park now. New signings, obviously everyone that we've offered contracts have now signed on the dotted line. Now it's about really investing into a squad. We've got the core of a really good squad. That defense need a fucking sort, though. I swear that defense needs to sort out. I.e., we've got rid of the deadwood. Now we need to go get that deadwood replaced with some quality signings. James Wilson will be one of them, but we need at least another 3 or 4. I suppose the one thing that isn't getting me apprehensive, but I'm a little bit like, come on, let's hurry this process up, is the fact that we haven't signed any more centre-backs. I want us to have that defensive line by the pre-season. By the time they're in a pre-season, I want that defensive line in Home Park being supported. Because at the end of the day, that's how we do it. I want that defensive line sorted out in that pre-season, being worked on straight away. I want them to get that cohesion, to understand how each other play and sort that out. So go get them signings. That's all I'll say there. We'll say, which club do you support from the top 6? I don't. I'm one of these rare people that just support Plymouth Argyle and just Plymouth Argyle. Because no, I don't. I appreciate other people do it the other way. For me personally, I've always supported Argyle since I was a kid. In fact, right behind us is where I usually sit, Block 3 in the Devonport end at Home Park. So it's actually quite nice to sort of feel at Home Park, even as it is virtually. But watch your space, new shit is coming. As I said, revamp is going to happen. Am I going to be sat in the Devonport end again very, very soon? We can only hope that I am.
Yeah.
Because,
by the way, by the way, I did say to you that I sort of had notifications that I was on. Scott Twine's joined MK Dons. It's just to give you a heads up. So Pompey's lost out on another target, so they're in the fucking mud.
I hear that.
But yeah, it's.
But no, I mean, for me, Argyle, we need to get that back line sorted. It was an absolute shambles last year, a complete and utter shambles. To be blunt, it was pathetic. It was diabolical. And look, a vast improvement is needed. Without a shadow of a doubt, we need to work harder and do better. How we do that? You sign the players in, get the players in, get them working under the coaches for the pre-season, and really take it to that next level. Because at the end of the day, for me, that's what I as a fan want to see, and someone who understands football. And Ryan knows what he's doing. He's working. He said he's working from back to front, which I agree with. Our front is not a major issue. Luke fell off because of the injury to Conor Grant, the injury to George Cooper. Georgie obviously whipping in those crosses. Luke loves that. So that's why he fell off at the back end of last season. Now it's about really taking it to that next level and really improving what we've got at Argyle. And we're in that era of Argyle that we're slowly getting there, but the work that's going in is good to see. We just need to take it to that next level, because I feel that if we don't, we're going to fall back again. Not back to League One, but League Two. I mean, but we just need to really do what we can, get the signings in, and make sure they're not loan signings. I don't want to see no loan signings at Home Park in that back line. I don't want to see it. Loan a couple of central midfielders if you want, but don't do anyone in the back line. It hasn't worked. That project of having however many loanees at the back did not work, and I was not impressed by that. But Aaron, for you, in terms of our goal, what do you? That back line really does need fixing, doesn't it? And that needs to be priority on everyone's shopping list come in the summer.
I mean, it doesn't just need fixing. It needs a fucking permanent backbone. It needs a permanent backbone. It needs to have a strong long-term spine. And when I say long-term, I don't mean kids on 3-4 year deals. I mean even experienced players on 3-4 year deals. Well, 2-3 year deals, realistically. I want to see Plymouth getting 2, maybe even 3 centre-backs extra, as well as James Wilson, because James Wilson's going to be the experienced one. But let's be honest, 32 years old, he's not going to play every single game. So you're going to need to bring in an extra 2 or 3 centre-backs, maybe 1 loanee, 2 permanent, to develop the chemistry between the 4. And, I mean, I've seen your preseason. Well, I think your first preseason friendly. Well, not the first one, but I think that it was announced today that you're facing Swansea in the preseason at some point. So, you know,
a few good preseason friendlies coming on.
Exactly. So, and Swansea's the standout one for me, because obviously they just missed out on the Premier League in the finals, so the playoffs. So, you know, Swansea are going to want to come out and try and get their momentum building going into the next season and try and go again. So if Swansea rip your defence, if they don't send defenders and they rip the defence apart, straight away the rots, even though it's pre-season, the rot will set, and that will play on the minds of the defenders. It'll go one of two ways. They'll either know how to lose and they'll think it's the only way they can go, or they'll use it as fuel and they'll learn how to be physical in this division if it is kids playing in that defence. But if Plymouth want to avoid that situation entirely where it's one way or the other, then they need to sign a permanent backbone with experienced defenders that will go for it. So I think that it's just a case of Plymouth need to start recruiting defenders right before July. We're at the start of June. We've got a couple of weeks, so fingers crossed Plymouth can get those centre-backs in place ready for the 1st of July when around about the end of June when pre-season training starts, and then ready for that first pre-season match.
Yeah, obviously we've got some pre-season friendlies. We'll talk about them as well. So our first pre-season friendly is away at newly promoted Plymouth Parkway. Always do a pre-season friendly of them. Then 11 days later, we're going to go to Tavistock AFC. Again, we normally do them as well. Then on the 20th, that's when we're playing Swansea. On the 23rd, we're going to play Middlesbrough. And on the 27th, we're going to take on Bristol City. So we've got some really big friendlies coming up, which is going to be really good. It's going to be really good getting all of them. So yeah, we've got Parkway, Tavistock, Swansea, Middlesbrough, and Bristol City. Obviously, Middlesbrough are managed by Neil Warnock, which is why getting Neil Warnock down is quite easy. He loves the club. I think he's even got a house in Cornwall. So obviously he's there as well. So we've got, obviously, that's going to be a 7 o'clock kickoff at Home Park. Then we've got Bristol City at home at 6 p.m. Swansea, I'm not sure what time the Swansea game is on. I'll go get that for you now.
Looks like Blackpool's about to announce another signing after Reece James and Dan Grimshaw.
Yes, so we've got, so it's Saturday the 3rd with Parkway 3 p.m, Wednesday the 14th, Tavistock away at 8 p.m, Tuesday the 20th on Swansea at home at 7 p.m, Friday the 23rd, Middlesbrough at home 7 p.m, and then Tuesday the 27th of July, Bristol City at home at 6 p.m. So pre-season schedule is in. We're ready for it. Let's get that team ready for it. Let's get a team in there. Obviously, we've got a bit of time. We've got a bit of time before these pre-season friendlies start happening. We've got about 6-7 weeks before that happens. Let's make sure that back line is ready so we can get them tested, get them ready for the new season. But we are going to wrap it up there because I want to go play some Football Manager. I've got plenty of time to do that. Also, tonight we've got a few good. So we're doing late night Let's Talk. We're going to have forward of the seasons for the forward season in terms of the starting 11. Then we're going to do Euros predictions. So if you want to be a part of that, send me the picture of your chart, your tournament chart. I'll have that on so I can add it in, and we can go through them individually. Bit of a laugh, bit of banter. Probably talk about Foden's haircut as well. I've been getting a lot of love for that on Twitter. So we'll go through a lot of the lovely tweets I've been given on behalf of them. So if you want to be a part of that, send me you don't have to be on the stream if you're in the comments, or you're going to be in the comments. Then, just chuck it in to me. I'll put it up and we'll talk through it and probably banter you for it as well. But that's going to be tonight. I'll post that on Twitter as well later in a second. But before you go, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out our socials at Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL _ and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Dylan saying hello, bye. By the way, Dylan, if you have done your tournament predictor, send it to me and we'll discuss that on late night Let's Talk. It's going to be a really fun one. So if you want to be a part of that, don't have to be on the panel unless you want to. But you can still send yours in and we'll talk through that. But Aaron, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Aaron_Challoner and also Forever Football DRFC on YouTube. Loads of content to come as we make transfer after transfer. Before I go, just to give you a little bit of confirmation, Blackpool have signed Linfield player Shane Lavery. Scott Twine is officially an MK Dons player. Lloyd Jones has left Northampton for Cambridge. And I'm trying to find Northampton's Twitter because I knew they were going to make they were about to announce a new sign. As far as I checked, I ain't got the notifications on because they're a League Two club. Why do I keep clicking the wrong thing? Northampton. Just coming up now. Northampton have signed Mitch Pinnock. I can't remember where he was last, but they've made that transfer. So Blackpool have announced sign number 3 after Reece James from Donny and Dan Grimshaw from Man City. Shane Lavery has left Linfield in the NFL Premiership to join Blackpool. And Lloyd Jones is Cambridge United. And Scott Twine, we thought he was going to go to the Championship. He's now an MK Dons player.
Pick up Lloyd Jones, former Argyle player. But we'll be back at 10 p.m. with Transfer Talk. Until then, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Like that video. Subscribe to the channel with notifications on. But until next time, thanks for watching.